Hello and welcome to this very special interview of the Quint. And today we have with us Professor Suhas Palshikar, who is the chief editor of the academic journal Studies in Indian Politics. And he is also the co-director of the Lok program on comparative democracy, CSDS, and one of the foremost authorities on Indian politics and political science in the country. Professor Palshikar, first of all, thank you so much for your time. To begin right off the bat, Professor, there seems to be a formidable change in the narratives that is being put forth by experts, senior journalists, and sophologists compared to 3 weeks ago, where 3 weeks ago there seemed to be a lot of confidence amongst everyone that the BJP is going to sweep the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. But now suddenly there seem to be indications that the ruling party is struggling to cross 300. Some say even struggling to make it to 272, the majority mark, on their own without their alliance partners. Where is this narrative stemming from? What is it that we should be looking for?
When the election process began, I think most of the observers and media people were sort of still mesmerized by the narrative that was imposed by the BJP, that it is doing fine and it is actually going to cross 300 and maybe reaching 350. The slogan "400 Par," for example, was primarily aimed at the BJP's own cadres, but the media took it too seriously. As a result of which, everyone initially thought that the BJP is sitting pretty and is likely to at least retain 300. I think over time, reports of the public mood must have sort of reached media people, as a result of which there has been a slight tweaking of the assessment of what is likely to happen. And that's why everybody is now asking a question which we should have asked in March and April. How can the BJP reach 300?
Is there a tendency of the media in India, especially media that is critical of the government, that is still independent, is there a tendency for them to always underestimate the BJP's ability, especially towards the end, the last lap, so to speak, especially towards the end, to really just garner votes? Because I think that's something we saw in the 2023 Vidhan Sabha elections in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh. The exit polls or the pre-poll surveys were really indicating a tough fight, but there was no tough fight at all. So is there a tendency of the media to do this in India, or do you think that we should consider what the media tells us with respect to the BJP struggling?
No, I think the media, it's not a question of being critical of the government and that's why being sort of underestimating the BJP. I think the reason why there has been a tendency to underestimate the BJP is historically it has limitations. It has had limitations. Like 2014, they sort of suddenly surged into the West and the East. But traditionally, these are not the places where the BJP and Hindutva as an ideology have been doing well. The same is about 2019. They suddenly surged into South in Karnataka, for example, and many other places. So I think it is this ability of the BJP to expand in unexpected places that sort of trumps the media. And the media or the critics of the BJP, other analysts, keep on doing a traditional kind of analysis as to this party has this reach, so how much can it really achieve in the election? That's the limitation.
वो देश है, वो देश है.
The man can reach any state. He can penetrate any populace or community. So then I believe the next question is, what of brand Modi? Now, if we go by media reports, sophologists, experts, senior journalists, there seems to be a consensus that there is no Modi wave. At least there is certainly not a wave like 2014. If that is the case, then what do we make of brand Modi right now? And if there is no Modi wave and if brand Modi is really in decline, then is there a reason for the BJP voter to continue voting for the BJP given the situation of unemployment, inflation, and other issues in the country?
See, there are two issues here. One is there is no Modi wave, as you say. But on the other hand, Modi's personal popularity still continues almost unabated. It is not that his popularity has gone down. It is just that the excitement that he was able to generate is not there now. People still believe that this person might be doing something. And I guess that's the asset of the BJP. I don't think that the BJP at the moment would be worried because, including Tamil Nadu, for example, everywhere it has been the Modi factor that has been able to catch votes for the BJP. So that will still continue. The larger question is what after Modi really disappears or his popularity wanes, then what happens to the BJP? That's a different question. I think in 2024, people might be disappointed with the BJP government and yet still continue to believe that Modi is a popular leader to whom they can invest. And this duality is something very fascinating about this election because if you look at the way the BJP has campaigned, it's absolutely on the basis of the personality cult. Even their manifesto, for example, Modi ki guarantee. It is everywhere Modi.
I think then the next question is probably the most exciting one for viewers and those who are really closely tracking the election. And that is about where does the BJP make gains and losses? If we go by, again, all the opinion articles and the analysis that we have been reading for the past 6 months, it seems that there are 5 key states: Karnataka, Bihar, UP, Bengal, and Maharashtra, of course. What, in your opinion, sir, is geographically, where is the BJP likely to make losses? And if they do, can they make some gains elsewhere to compensate for those losses so that the election still stays in balance in their favor?
You know, you will have to keep out Maharashtra and Bihar. For in both these states, BJP has tied up with alliance partners which will drag them down. Not only that the alliance, because there has been seat sharing, but also because their alliance partners would be a liability in both these states. The BJP would expect to do well in West Bengal, Odisha, though we have not listed that in our earlier discussion, and UP. The BJP would expect that it would do well in UP, it would do good in Odisha. Telangana is the third state where it would want to do well because the BRS is now eased out and the competition is now between Congress and the BJP. As a result of which, it might add a few seats there. I don't think that they would do so well in West Bengal. I don't think they would improve in UP. But these are the places where they would want to do well in order to retain their strength because they might lose here and there. Finally, then they might want to pick up a few seats here and there, like, for example, Andhra Pradesh, Jharkhand, and Tamil Nadu. Very few, perhaps, a single or two seats maybe, but even then, that would add to their tally. The logic of electoral politics, on the other hand, is that they might lose just a couple of seats everywhere in their strongholds. Let's take Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. We are not imagining at the moment a landslide defeat of the BJP there. But the simple logic of electoral politics means that you lose seats in spite of your popularity. Should that happen, then they are in trouble because then they don't gain, but they lose. That is why everyone is now talking about the possibility of BJP getting arrested somewhere between 280 and 300.
In case, again, no predictions I'm making, nor will I ask you to make, but hypothetically, in case if they do go down to 270-ish, 260-ish, which is something that was really not expected even 3 weeks ago. So if the BJP does underperform, where do you expect that they went wrong and where did the opposition go right?
I think that would be very tough to call, but at the same time, I would stick my neck out and point out that what Lokniti has earlier also pointed out is that while on the one hand, people still want Modi to continue and he is a popular leader, people are quite frank about mentioning that economy has been the major failure of this government. So just as people are in love with Ram Janmabhoomi and the consecration of the Ram temple, they are equally aware that this government has not delivered on economic front. Now the balance of these two would produce the outcome. In other words, therefore, if there is something wrong for the BJP in the outcomes, I would say that it would be mainly because of its overconfidence that macro level of discussions and the discussion of Ram Temple would try to hide its economic non-performance. That overconfidence might have hurt the BJP in case the BJP is unable to really do repeat 2019. And remember, 2019 is in fact a tall order for the BJP. Repeating 2019 is a tall order for the BJP. So in the first place, if you ask me this question on 4th of June, after let's say BJP is cut down to 280, I would say that there is nothing extraordinary about this, because a party sort of losing some extra weight, you gain some weight, which is unnatural. And since 2014, that has been happening. Now you share that extra weight and come to a normal condition of something like 35-37% votes and 250-260 seats. That's perfectly all right in a multi-party competition, in spite of the fact that you have a popular leader.
एक अकेला हिंदुस्तान को बचाने वाला चुनाव है। 400 हारने जा रहे हैं। हम्मा हम्मा रो पड़ी। बीजेपी इज करप्ट। अब की बार भाजपा तड़ीपार। उसका नाम हो गया। राम का मंदिर का ये सपा और कांग्रेस के लोग बना पाते